Today we have Mr. Bertram D'Souza, Chief Product and Innovation Officer, Protean e-Government Technologies. Sir, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
The first thing that I would like to know is India has built a strong digital backbone with UPI, Aadhaar and account aggregators. But are fintechs truly innovating on top of this stack or just piggybacking on public infrastructure without building differentiated products?
I think if you see the evolution of UPI, if you take that as an example and a case in point, you have a huge number of UPI startups in the ecosystem today. It's not just the few large apps that people use. UPI is prevalent both for consumers, UPI is prevalent for large merchants, UPI is also prevalent for small stores. So I think UPI as a digital public rail has opened up the ecosystem in a very unique way and allowed everyone to come up with a use case, each use case being different from the other. Now the question of are these fintechs innovating enough? Are there enough differentiated products out there? I think the answer is yes. There is a lot of competition in this space, but that competition is also something that keeps all these fintechs on their toes. That said, as an organization, Protean has also been building a lot of this digital public infrastructure, whether it is the Aadhaar rails as an Aadhaar service agency, or whether it is tax infrastructure, or whether it is the pension infrastructure, or more recently some of our commerce infrastructure. We have seen a large number of entities build on top of these rails. But as an organization, we see the market is also so huge and untapped. We are also getting into that space and building and operating in some product areas as a fintech as well.
Great, sir. Also, digital credit for MSMEs is booming, but loan defaults and mis-selling are rising too. Are fintechs moving too fast in the name of financial empowerment without fully understanding borrower risk?
I think there is definitely a lot of learning that the sector has gone through, and I think with innovation does come the excitement of building technology-based and technology-led products. There's also the added dimension of consumers getting access to products and services they never had access to before. So there is a certain euphoria when it comes to certain new products that get launched in the market, like digital credit products. But with every product, as we all know, there are risks. And India is an economy where we have seen the most innovative fraudsters and the most innovative companies who have not been able to curtail some of this fraud. So it's a constantly evolving market where a lot of the learnings from the market have to lead to amendments in the regulation, also in the way fintechs operate, and to some extent consumer behavior, getting awareness and education out there, which we have seen right from the government to RBI running a lot of ads and awareness programs around don't share OTP, and your password is not something and your PIN is not something you should be openly disclosing. So I think we are slowly getting more aware. At the same time, fintechs and both regulator are also tightening the screws on misuse.
Absolutely. Mr. D'Souza, lastly, please help me understand India's fintech sector saw a 33% drop in funding in 2024, yet it remained the third most funded globally. What does this say about current investment sentiment?
I think if you look at the size of the market and if you look at it from an investor lens, the sheer TAM in a country like India is unprecedented. Any fintech looking to build a SaaS business, I think India would be a market they cannot ignore. So for any company who's looking to kind of build, India is definitely a great market to study and to work in. But having a deep understanding of the target market, having a deep understanding of pain points and opportunities to really build a strong moat for their products. I think the investor sentiment in the period that you called out is something which is linked to global sentiment. So I don't want to overthink and overread into it. I think the broader outlook for fintechs and the number of rise in unicorns only builds more confidence that the longer term fintechs who are there for the long term will continue to scale and grow. And they continue to also support a lot of the smaller fintechs. We are now seeing a lot of mergers and acquisitions as well, where some of the larger, more established, profitable fintechs, and even those in a growth phase, high growth phase, looking at taking a lot of the smaller fintechs under their wing and helping them to consolidate upward. So I believe that trend will continue, whether it's funding or consolidation. There's definitely a lot of opportunity ripe for disruption and innovation.
Yes, so thank you so much for answering with so much honesty. It was a pleasure to have you here today, sir.
Thank you so much for having me here.